Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate?
Yes!
Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with podcast number 103. We have the 5 questions today, and they were sent in to support@bsffacademy.com. Here we go. Question number 1. When out driving, you always notice ugly or distressed properties. How would you go about approaching these sellers who don't always know they are sellers? Well, first, I'm not out driving looking for ugly or distressed houses. I have a very regimented marketing program. It has multifacets to it, so I market on purpose. I don't accidentally get in my car and go and try to look at a house or find a house or whatever. I'm not kicking stones to try to uncover a house. I'm on purpose implementing a marketing plan. So if I was out driving around and I saw an ugly house, if I was by myself, I'd say, Mike, that's an ugly house. And I just keep driving. I am not going to park my Bentley out in front of a house and go and look through the windows or go to try to find the seller or anything like that. I'm going to do an on-purpose marketing campaign that causes those sellers who have houses that they do not want to call me. That's the best opportunity we can get, is we can get a seller who doesn't want a house to call us. When that happens, our closing ratio goes through the roof over trying to find someone and see if they're motivated and have that conversation and spend all that gas and all that time looking for ugly and distressed houses. I would rather stand in front of Walmart and greet everybody that comes in and says, welcome to Walmart. My name is Michael Quarles. I buy houses. Here's my business card. I'd rather do that than go out and spend money at $4 and some odd cents. I have to use the 91% octane for my car. It's like the most expensive gas there is. And so, no, I'm not going to do it. Sorry. Not going to do it. Absolutely not going to do it. But if I did do it, here's how I would locate the seller. I talk to the neighbors on each side of the house on across the street. I do my 6-pack. One of those neighbors are going to know the seller, know the situation. If none of them do, I'm going to put a for sale sign in that front yard that says, for sale, my phone number. If that seller wants to be found, if he wants to sell his house, he is going to call you all pissed off. And then at least you have an opportunity talking to the seller and said, I'm sorry, I couldn't locate you. I just wanted to see if you want to sell your house. If you do, I want to buy it. But I want to, I'm vomiting in my mouth because I don't know why we do those things. Why don't we just send out marketing? Why don't we just get some Google AdWords? Why don't we, do some stuff that's on purpose? But anyway, question number 2. What should the normal procedure be for canceling the purchase of a property? Found out last week a house has $200,000 in liens that the seller did not mention. Other than to tell the seller on the phone, should I send the seller anything about the title search? Well, first of all, the contract, if you're using my contract, it says to the seller, you have to supply me a house free of all liens. So why are you canceling it? It's the obligation of the seller to pay those $200,000 in liens. It's not your obligation to cancel it. You still have the right to buy. So tell the seller to buck up and just pay off the dang liens. They knew they were there, which is why we ask them if they have any personal liens against themselves that are going to attach to the property during our negotiation. These surprises should not be surprises. But if you want to get out of it, all you have to do is have your closing company or your closing attorney send the seller cancellation instructions. If you have a deposit in escrow, both parties have to agree to have that deposit returned to you. But you have a contract. Fall forward. Question number 3. When getting our marketing list together, are there any sellers we want to exclude? Yeah, I don't like the 3 eyeballed sellers. I found that talking to people with 3 eyeballs, they just don't negotiate. It's hard. I don't know which eyeball to look at or 2 eyeballs to look at. So the 3 eyeball sellers, I would not put them on my marketing list. I wouldn't put the ones that don't have any equity on my marketing list. I wouldn't put the ones that are over encumbered on my marketing list. I wouldn't put anybody that doesn't own the house on my marketing list. But especially those three-eyed sellers. I tell you what, they're the toughest sellers I've ever seen.
Thanks for listening to Buy, Sell, Fix, Flip. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through yellow letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 4. By the way, I was joking about the three-eyed sellers. If any of you thought that was serious, I apologize. I'm just in a good mood this morning. Question number 4. I know that in wholetailing, you're not rehabbing and flipping houses. Have there been any instances in which you have flipped a house or houses? Well, wholetailing is flipping houses. It's just not doing anything to the house before you flip it. So I've done a lot. So if you're asking me, have you rehabbed any houses? Oh my gosh, yes, I have. Man, I used to have crews, like crews meaning like employees, and people that would manage those employees, and we rehabbed a lot of houses. I'm a general building contractor's license in California. I don't ever want to go to Home Depot again. My wife tries to get me to go there now for the stuff at the house, and I say, no, dear. Can you hire someone to go with you? I do not want to go to Home Depot. You know what you do when you go to Home Depot? You get interested in buying nuts and bolts and 2x4s and do these projects and stuff. No, I just want to go have fun in life now. I don't want to work at Home Depot anymore. And then people come up to you and they go, do you know how to do this? And they go, yeah, and now you're in 20-minute conversation with someone about how to fix something at their house. No, I'm not going to go to Home Depot. But I have gone to Home Depot a lot. I could probably be the guy who wore the shirt that says, if you want to know where it's at, ask him. I could be that guy. I don't want to be that guy anymore. Question number 5. Other than cold calling, what are some ways we can market and find houses without paying money? Okay, hang on. I'm going to ask that question again. Riley edits my stuff because she makes me sound like I'm better than I am, because I'm really not that good at this stuff, and she just like cuts it all out and makes it pretty and stuff, and I'm amazed. And anyway, don't edit this one, Riley. Other than cold calling, what are some ways we can market and find houses without paying money? I'm thinking that without paying money means without having a marketing budget. Well, you could cold call. That's one way. That's still going to cost you some money because you have to have cell phone or landline or Skype or something. And time's money, so that's going to equate to money. You could say hello to everybody that you saw, and I can make it real easy. I was kidding earlier about the three-eyed people. There aren't any. Well, there might be some, and that'd feel really bad if there are, and I apologize if there are three-eyed people. But anybody that's walking, like a guy or a girl, and if they're not walking, if they can't walk, that's okay too. Go up to those folks and say, hey, I buy houses. Do you know anybody looking to sell a house? That doesn't cost much money. You have to drive someplace to do that, but yeah, not much money. Work your center of influence. You're probably very friendly. People like you, so why don't you talk to those folks? If you would help them, if they need like a gallon of gas, they didn't go to the gas station on time, and their car went click, 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 and died and it was out of gas, and they called you up and say, hey, can you bring me a gallon of gas? If you do that, ask that person, hey, who do you know that's looking to sell a house? Those kinds of things. Put an ad on Craigslist, maybe. Some other kinds of websites. Call a real estate investor up. No one do this. Don't ever do this to me. But call a real estate investor up that does a lot of real estate buying, and just ask him, hey, can I do anything that would help you, that would help me? I don't know, maybe they'd have an apprentice program. I do not have an apprentice program. cold call's not bad. I mean, I know when you say, hi, this is Michael Quarles with I Buy Houses. We're looking for 3 and 4 bedroom homes in your neighborhood. Just wondering, who do you know that's planning on moving? And they say, no one. That you could say, okay, thank you, and hang up and go call someone else. Or you can go further into the script, which is, oh, you don't know anybody? Well, thank you for taking the time to answer the question. By the way, how long have you lived at this house? Oh, you've lived at this house for 17 years. That's exciting. Where'd you move from? You moved from Texas. Wow, that's cool. Well, if you were going to move, where would you go next? Oh, you'd go back to Texas. That's fantastic. And when would you want to do that? Oh, you're thinking about going back to Texas next month. Well, I just have a simple question for you. Did you want to be sold by next month, or did you want to start selling? Oh, you wanted to be sold by next month. Well, that's terrific. All we need to do is simply set an appointment so I can come out and buy your house so you can go to Texas next month. So you could go the full script if you want, but you can really just do the mini one. Just do the mini one, get another person on the phone who's interested in selling their house. And, 16 people an hour, no big deal. 55, 56 hours, you're going to buy a house. But I can tell you that most people won't sit there and cold call for that long because, it's not the most fun thing to do in life. So the recap, question number 1, do you drive around looking for ugly houses? No, don't drive around looking for ugly houses. I don't even drive around looking for pretty houses. So, go figure. Maybe I'm just strange. Canceling an escrow, why cancel it? It's the seller's responsibility to pay the $200,000 in tax liens or get those people to waive their interest against this property so you can buy it. No big deal. They may not get anything out of escrow or closing, but it's not your issue, it's their issue. Third question, any sellers you want to exclude 3-eyed sellers? Yeah, absolutely, those guys. Wholetailing is flipping, so I flip houses, and then the Home Depot stuff, I'm not going to go there and do that anymore. Cold calling, some of the other ways, cold call, center of influence, meet and greet, elevator speech, talk to other real estate investors, see if there's something you can do for them. It was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed today. I don't know, maybe I'm just in a quirky mood. Probably am if you guys just laugh at me. I hope no one turned me off. Gosh darn it, I should have thought about that before I got quirky and everything. Keep them coming, guys. I enjoy it. Until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.